Welcome back to another week of the 13 Sports Coaches Show. I'm Katie Maher. Now, very excited to be joined by Axtell boys track coach Jayson Tynon. Coach, thanks for taking some time to talk to me today.
All right, thanks for having me. I'm very privileged to have this opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing we got to talk about when it comes to track is how fun the state track meet is. How much do you look forward to it every year?
It's an awesome experience. Seeing 1 through 6A athletes in the state of Kansas, I think our kids really enjoy, and our community really enjoys going down there and seeing the different competition levels. And just, it's a fun event. And I'm glad that we get to have it every year in Wichita. I'm glad that they put on such a great track meet. I mean, most of the time you can set your watch by looking at the schedule, know when an event's going to happen. They do a phenomenal job, and it's just, yeah, especially this year with the construction going on. I thought there was going to be major chaos, and they did an excellent job. And then with the weather rolling in and just speeding it up, and they did a great job. And it's a great event. And I think all sports fans in the state of Kansas should one time make a trip to Wichita, Kansas for the state track meet.
Yeah, I agree. I finally went this past month, and it was one of the most fun high school events I've been to. And it's pretty far for you guys. How much of a turnout do you get from, parents, community members, all that?
Actually, we had a pretty good turnout. It's amazing to me. For being 3.5 hours away, we probably get 60, 70 people down there to watch and support, even grandparents, parents, aunts, uncles, even, siblings, past alumni come down and watch. We have a pretty good turnout, and it's always impressive to me to see. Our history has been to wear a neon colored shirt. And so you can always find the Axtell kids and the fans and some neon, and they'll stand out. And they have been sitting in the same place for the 10 years that I've been here. So it's been great to see, and we appreciate all the support we get.
Yeah, that many people, you got to have something to make your fans stand out. I like that. And to get to that point, I mean, it's a lot of preparation when it comes to the off season, although there really is no off season because a lot of your kids are multi-sport athletes. What does that preparation look like leading up to state track for your team?
It's one of those times where, we don't have a rubberized track. And so it's great for us. We get to go, thankfully, Nemaha Central is they're very flexible in letting us use their facilities during regional and state track week, and so we get to go over there, work on our handoffs, get on the runways. And so it's a little different preparation, but the same workouts, same expectations of the kids, and they do a great job of a lot of times they have to get there by themselves, and they do a great job getting there on time and coordinating rides and being ready to practice when they get there.
Yeah, and I mean, you obviously, spoiler alert, guys, won 1A boys once again, back-to-back state champions, which means you won it last year, and you had to come into the season with that kind of pressure on your shoulders. Did it have any pressure on your kids, or did you kind of just tell them, forget about last year?
To a certain extent, they kind of had, I mean, they had a want to behind them. Last year, we kind of won it in a controversial fashion, even though we weren't a part of the controversy. We knew that, and everybody kind of talked about Quinter and Kiowa County, and we kind of felt we kind of had a chip on our shoulder. The boys did this year about they wanted to prove that we actually want it, and so they did an awesome job this year. We set 8 school records, which is unbelievable in one season. They not just individuals, but relays did it as well. And so we were close on a couple others. And so they use a little motivation. And the thing is, like, these kids, they work hard in football, they work hard in basketball, they work hard in track. And it's amazing to me that how special of a group they are, and they keep pushing themselves to get better, and they don't want to be the one to let somebody down. And so they keep going. And I as a coach, I love that it's so easy to come to practice and work hard and be ready for them, because they're going to bring their best effort every single day.
Yeah, not only did you guys win, you kind of dominated. How lucky do you feel as a coach knowing that, every year you have talented seniors graduate when you win a state title, but you got to reload pretty nicely because you have a lot of talented younger guys. How lucky did you feel as a coach getting that?
Yeah, it's a blessing. We are blessed with some athletes and some great leadership. Even this year, losing Grady Bussey and Sawyer Dieters, who scored. I mean, Grady won 3 gold medals, came up short in the 1600, and Sawyer placed in both a shot and a disc, and losing those points. And it's you look back and right now, even the going to be seniors are already talking about what they have to do to get back to that level. And so that's a great feeling that you have the next class rotating in to take on that leadership and fill in some points at the state track meet, filling holes on the defensive and offensive line and football, and then you also have them filling in roles on the basketball court. So they're ready to go, and it's just the saying is tradition never graduates, and so that's kind of their motto right now is they just want to keep continuing building our success and growing as individuals and as a team.
Yeah, speaking of Grady Bussing, him and Brandon Schmelsley, they've kind of led the way for your team in their individual performances, but also, in relays as well. Talk a little bit about what guys like that provide on and off the field for you as leaders.
Grady was a tremendous track athlete and athlete in general. I've never met a kid I've coached them for the past 3 years, and he's never lost a race at track practice. His work ethic, and he's always set the tone for us. And he wasn't a very vocal leader, but he led by example, and others followed. And so that was a great thing. And, Brandon's a tremendous athlete. He always prepares well. He puts his time in, and he got injured there at the state track meets, and still performed. A lot of kids would have not wanted to race and not wanted to jump, and he still did it. Heck, he won how great of an athlete he was. He won his long jump on a broken foot, and so that's an amazing story. And then they bring along the underclassmen. Landon Smith's had a great year on the hurdles. He set both hurdle records for us, and he got a gold, and he had a gold in the 300s, but he did clip his foot there, and it cost him a little bit. But I think he'll be back, and that'll fuel him for the next year. And then like Sawyer Dieters, he set both of our shot and disc records this year that have been a long time coming, and he was proud of that. And both Grady and Sawyer are going on to play or participate in college track, and so that speaks to the volume of the athletes and the expectations of our seniors.
I actually didn't know about Brandon's foot. What happened there?
He heard it at regionals actually, and he kind of said it popped, and we kind of thought it was just a little strain, and he went down and competed at the state track meet and re-aggravated it in the 200 prelims, and then he kind of battled through and did the triple jump and long jump, or triple jump and 100 the next day, and come to find out about 5 days after, he had a small fracture in his foot. So it was good for him to compete. I mean, I'm proud that he finished and competed, because a lot of kids would have been like, no, I'm done, but he did it. So
Yeah, I mean, those are just a few kids on your team that, track season's not the first time we talk about them. We've been saying Grady and Brandon and everyone else's name all year long because they're multi-sport athletes. I know Brandon just got his first Power 5 football offer from KU. I think that's something really special about small towns in general here in Kansas, but especially at Axtell. I mean, you wear a lot of hats. You're the basketball coach as well. How cool is it helping them in different sports all year long?
it's fun to see, and I'm an athletic director, so I get to be around them a lot during football season too. And you get to know the kids, and they'll tell you from my experience with them, track's a little bit more laid back than basketball, but they I think by the end of it, some of them are ready to get rid of me for the summer, and so but they do a great job of coming to work and showing up, and it's fun to see them grow and mature, because I'm also the K-12 PE teacher, so I get to see kids all the way from kindergarten all the way up, and I've seen all these kids mature and progress all the way from, I think, my first year here, Brandon, those guys, the Sawyer and Grady and Brandon, those guys were like third, fourth graders, second, third graders, and so you've got to see them grow up, and it's kind of fun experience, and I want to change it for the world, and I appreciate everything that they do and all the support that their parents give us, and it's amazing to see what a small community does for the kids. I mean, we just built a fitness center that we share access with at the school, and just the support from the local community. I mean, they did an amazing job, and it's we're finally in it. We get to use it this summer, and so it's been a blessing. The kids are enjoying the space, and we wouldn't be able to do that without the support and hard work of the kids and the parents.
Yeah, and just so all of our viewers are aware, I mean, this is a school of about 45 kids total. Your track team is like a fourth of your school, basically. And I know when I've been up there for football games, the bleachers are still full. They're just as loud as any like 3 or 4A game that I've been to. Talk a little about that community support that you feel all year long from Axtell.
Oh, it's amazing, and I can't like a basketball game, they'll be there, football game, they're there, no matter like state basketball's in Great Bend, and we'll sell out our side. State football's in Newton, and we always have the biggest crowd. And then at state track, like I said, the support there. Like I was amazed at like our league track meet. I mean, I was like, how many people actually drove over to your league track meet? Usually, you don't get a very big crowd for your league track meet, and there was I would say 150 people there watching and supporting our track team, and they do a great job of, anything we need. Parents always have sandwiches, always have food. We have a family in town that cook meals on Thursday night before football games for them. And, we go to a state track meet or state basketball, state football. There's a goodie bag full of plethora of stuff that they probably don't need, but they enjoy and they appreciate. We appreciate it. And like this basketball season, we stayed at Triple Creek Outfitters in Great Bend, Kansas, at a hunting lodge. We didn't stay at a hotel. And we asked the parents if they would, provide meals for us. And we had home cooked meals every night we were out there. And you don't see that at a lot of places. And that was great. And like I said, the community support at anything we need in this town, they do a great job of. Like we needed a store. They came together, we built a store. They needed an addition to the Legion. They found a way to get an addition to our American Legion. And same thing with the fitness center. We saw a need for that. We put it together, and they're always thinking of ways to progress. And I've never seen a community like that. And it's great to live here and get all that support from anything from, uh, for your math. If you need something in math class, they'll get it for you. If you need something in reading class, they'll get it for you, to athletics. And so it's nice community, and the support is awesome.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, that obviously contributes to the end result, which was a really dominant year for the school in general. The three-peat in football, third place in boys basketball, repeat in track. There's just kind of little to no surprise when people see your school's name late in a bracket or on top of a podium. Just talk a little bit about the dominant year that this school has had athletically.
It takes, as a coach, we'd like to take the credit for it, but it goes back to the kids. They do a tremendous job of, like I said, in the summer weights, like right now, if they're not on a Catholic Heart Work trip or a school trip, they're at the weight room, and they're working hard in the off season, and they're here. A lot of them are here at 6 o'clock and don't leave till 8:30 every morning, girls and boys. And so it's amazing to see and it's great to see that their work comes to fruition and gets out there, and they get the success that they deserve. And we always tell them that hard work doesn't equal success, but without it, you have no chance. And they do a great job, and their determination behind it. They're athletic, a group of kids, and they're a determined group of kids, and they know, that target on their back is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And we kind of talk to them about, every time that we get publications about us, that target grows, and everybody else's desire, but they've increases as well. But they've increased, and we're working just as hard, if not harder, than what we've worked in the past. And it's fun to see see the determination in their eyes to improve and leave a legacy here at Axtell, Kansas.
And final question, do you think a three-peat is in the cards for track next year?
We kind of talked about that, and I would like to think we had a good chance. We got some kids returning. Just see if our younger kids step up. I'm sure that they'll work hard to put themselves in a position. And I like where we're at, but I know that there's still some motivation that was left at the track down there. So I'm sure they'll use that, and we'll see next year when we get down there.
All right. Thanks, Coach, so much for joining me.
All right. Thank you so much for